Back to Obama. You won't want to miss this. You know, most people don't listen to talk radio all day long. You work for a living, or you're doing something else. So evening comes around, and here I am, the cleanup hitter. And what I do today will be repeated tomorrow. I promise you it's true. So view me as the morning show. Here we have Obama at the Phoenix Awards, Congressional Black Caucus. Hat tip Breitbart. Cut 7. Go.
I'm going to press on for the sake of all those families who are struggling right now. I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. I don't have time to complain. I'm going to press on.
All right, stop. Wind it all the way back. I don't have this. What? Who cares about I? There he goes again. I don't have time for this. I'm going to press on. I'm going to... Wait a minute. Vacation time again? Meanwhile, Saturday, what was he doing, Mr. Producer? Or Sunday? Playing golf with B.J. Bill Jefferson Clinton. I don't have time. What time's our golf game? I don't have time. I'm never going to sleep till we do the job. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm going to press on for the sake of all those families who are struggling right now. I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. I don't have time to complain. I'm going to press on. I expect all of you to march with me and press on. Take off your bedroom slippers. Put on your marching shoes. Shake it off. Stop complaining. Stop grumbling. Stop crying. We are going to press on. We've got work to do. CBC.
By the way, have you noticed how that Hawaiian accent kicked in, Mr. Producer? I heard that kid, Greg, what's his name, say it on Fox. It was a funny line. See, I give attribution. But he's telling people, stop complaining, stop whining, but let's march. Excuse me? Stop complaining, stop whining. Let's march. Well, what kind of march will this be if you're not complaining and whining? I mean, isn't that the purpose of a march? To complain and whine? So what kind of march here? Okay, we're all going to march. No signs. No talking. It's a silent march. It's going to be a big march. You know, you're not wearing slippers. You took those off, but no complaining, no whining, just march. So what are they going to do? They're going to march, but no complaining and whining. Okay. By the way, Al Sharpton put out a statement. Barely comprehensible. And he said Obama's right to be saying these things to the Congressional Black Caucus. Yes, Al Sharpton doesn't want people complaining or whining. Now, that's his whole life. But don't complain and whine. What do you have to complain and whine about in the black community anyway, right? Massive unemployment, misery, the president's policies, contracting the economy, president's opposed to school choice, to liberate poor children, minority children in our toughest neighborhoods out of these failing public school systems. Right. Stop complaining and whining. Unlike Obama, every time he's complaining and whining. Can't get the jobs going. The Arab Spring. The Japanese tsunami. Right? The millionaires and the billionaires and the this and the that. Obama never whines and complains, does he? But anyway, here's the deal. All you libs, we're going to have our biggest silent march ever. No signs, no whining and complaining. Just everybody line up and march. When will that be, Mr. Producer? Did the president say when he wants everybody to march? Oh, he did something else. Slip of the tongue. I'll bet you've heard this one by now. Here he is. Let's get cut 6 ready. And I heard one analyst today got it totally wrong. Cut 6, go.
When you start saying at a time when the top 0.1% has seen their incomes go up 4 or 5 times over the last 20 years, and Folks at the bottom have seen their incomes decline, and your response is that you want poor folks to pay more? Give me a break. If asking a billionaire to pay the same tax rate as a janitor makes me a warrior for the working class, I wear that with a badge of honor.
Oops. Wait a minute. Janitor. I'm sorry. As a Jew, it cracks me up. Wait a minute. I didn't mean Jew. I meant janitor. No, wait a minute. He says if asking a billionaire to pay the same tax as a janitor, I'm trying to hold it together, makes me a warrior for the working class. I wear that with a badge. If you want a billionaire to pay the same tax, are we Jews paying a higher tax rate than billionaires? I'm just curious. I'm asking a billionaire to pay the same tax rate. Oh! I think we're paying a smaller tax rate than a billionaire. Now, what if you're a billionaire and a Jew? Do you pay the Jewish tax rate, or do you pay the billionaire tax rate, or the janitor tax rate? Now I'm completely confused. If asking a billionaire to pay the same can we hear this again, Mr. Producer? I got to hear this with my own two normally sized ears. Go ahead.
When you start saying at a time when the top 0.1% has seen their incomes go up 4 or 5 times over the last 20 years.
He's on a roll. He's dangerous.
Folks at the bottom have seen their incomes decline, and your response is that you want poor folks to pay more? Give me a break. If asking a billionaire to pay the same tax rate as a janitor...
I'm sorry. Well, Mark, why are you laughing? Listen, I don't think billionaires should pay the same tax rates as a Jew. Do you? I think they pay higher tax rates than a Jew. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But I have an accountant. He's actually Christian. And for now on, you know what I'm going to do, Mr. Producer? I'm going to say, I want that Jewish tax rate. Because apparently it's a lot lower than the billionaire. It's with the janitors. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the problem with class warfare. You get all worked up. It's all based on emotion. None of it's based on, cognitive abilities. It's just blather. And you'll notice our president is getting more and more outrageous with his examples. He's lying. He's a serial liar. He's getting louder and louder and more obnoxious. I said last week, and I wasn't joking, and I wasn't trying to be controversial. He sounds unstable to me. He's panicking. He's freaking out with his Hawaiian accent. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you support Barack Obama, get ready to march in the no complaining, no whining march. And by the way, don't wear your slippers. And if you're Jewish out there, you should demand the Jewish tax rate and insist that billionaires pay more than the Jewish tax rate. This is pretty much what I've gotten out of his speech so far. Maybe I'm missing something. But there is more. Oh, yes, there is. Here we have Obama. Cut one. Hat tip our friends at Right Scoop. Go.
What I've also said is in order to pay for it and bring down the deficit at the same time, we're going to have to reform our tax code in a way that's fair and make sure that everybody is doing their fair share. I've said this before. I'll say it again. Warren Buffett's secretary shouldn't be paying a lower tax rate than Warren Buffett.
He has said that before. This is the LinkedIn town hall meeting. Warren Buffett's secretary, I pointed this out last week when he said that, shouldn't be paying a lower tax rate than Warren Buffett. Why, is she Jewish or a janitor? But ladies and gentlemen, what does he mean Warren Buffett's secretary shouldn't be paying a lower tax? See, he screwed up this big class warfare line. He means Warren Buffett's secretary shouldn't be paying a higher, get your lie straight, Barack, a higher tax rate than Warren Buffett. He blew it. He can't even read his lines. And when he goes off the line, you can see he's getting a head of steam. He's getting all worked up. The Hawaiian accent's kicking in. There he goes. There he goes. Yeah, the billionaires pay the same tax rate as the janitors. Anyway, I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
But resist we much. We must and we will much about that be committed.
If asking a billionaire to pay the same tax rate as a janitor.
Folks, there's a lot of great audio out there. I'm sorry. I can't just let it go by. So Maxine Waters is hearing all this. There's Obama in front of the Congressional Black Caucus telling folks, get out of your slippers. Stop whining, stop complaining. Let's march. One of those great silent marches. Here's what she has to say. Hat tip, Breitbart, cut 8. Go.
I'm not sure who the president was addressing. I found that language a bit curious because the president spoke to the Hispanic caucus, and certainly they're pushing him on immigration. And despite the fact that he's appointed Sotomayor to the Supreme Court, he has an office for excellence in Hispanic education right in the White House. They're still pushing him. He certainly didn't tell them to stop complaining, and he would never say that to the gay and lesbian community who really pushed him on don't ask, don't tell, or even in a speech to AIPAC, he would never say to the Jewish community, stop complaining about Israel. So I don't know who he was talking to.
To you. See, this race-based politics is getting ugly. There's Maxine. She's saying, wait a minute. You're kissing up to the Hispanics. I'll cut to the chase here. You're kissing up to the gays and lesbians. You're kissing up to the Jews. What about us? We, the black community. You're telling us to stop whining and complaining? But, folks, it's even more complicated than that when you get into this race-based politics practiced by the radical left. What if you're Jewish and gay? Should you stop complaining, or do you keep pushing? What if you're Hispanic and a lesbian? What if you're an atheist and you're from Asia? First of all, there aren't enough offices at the White House. She has a point. Why is there only a Hispanic outreach office in the White House? What about all the other ethnicities and backgrounds? Seriously. And look at all the shades of white skin out there, all the shades of black and brown and red and yellow. There's more than a rainbow out there. There's like a whole ton of rainbows. We need an office for every single one. I'll be right back.